Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. Were you more offended politically or at the sad attempts at jokes as a famous comedian? Because that was tough. You know, it's like when you can hear someone like building and you can hear construction noise on a joke. Just, so awkward. This was Mike Pence.
I do love that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, get your joke.
No.
No, you.
No, I just was saying there's not an original bone in their body. Here's Mike Pence trying to steal George W. Bush's joke and talk about sex. Okay, hang on.
Because by way of full disclosure, Chris, you mentioned the president's situation. My wife isn't a member of the teachers union, but I got to admit I've been sleeping with a teacher for 38 years. And so full disclosure.
No one believes they're still sleeping together, first of all.
Right, they have twin beds a la I Love Lucy.
Right.
Yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah.
Secondly, that's the second thing. And third, I think it's hysterical that Chris Christie is calling him Donald. Like, it's so disrespectful, and he knows it. Like, I love that they're calling him Donald. Mary Trump would be proud.
Yeah. Right. And then Nikki Haley ripped off Billy Madison by saying to, what was it, Ramaswamy? She said, we're now dumber. We're all dumber for, we all feel dumber for what you just said. I mean, they're just, it is sad to go like, oh, I see why Donald Trump's so far ahead, because they're just all pathetic. They're all like, oh my God, there's not an authentic original bone in any of their bodies.
And Mike Pence doesn't need to tell dad jokes just because he calls her mother. Like, it's just gross. It's gross.
Now, here's what you call a joke. Dana Goldberg tweeted, I just beat 3 athletic gay men in bocce, and I definitely have the least experience with ball handling out of the whole group. That's funny.
True.
That's solid.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, and they're large. Bocce balls they're large and
Yes.
heavy, and I was in on that.
And then there's that small one. That small
little ball.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Should we torture you with more? I guess this is some more from last night. Here we go.
You have said slaves develop skills in spite of slavery, not because of it. Okay. But many are still hurt. For descendants of slaves, this is personal. What is your message to them?
So first of all, that's a hoax that was perpetrated by Kamala Harris. We are not going to be doing that. Second of all, that was written by descendants of slaves. These are great Black history scholars, so we need to stop playing these games.
There is not a redeeming quality in slavery. He and Kamala should have just taken the one sentence out.
Okay, first of all, props to Tim Scott for pronouncing her name right, because Ron DeSantis, they always do it on purpose. They mispronounce it. And secondly, it's not a hoax. You said it. Right. You said slaves developed skills they could use later. This was not a hoax by Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Also, two other things. He knows he's doing that. He's mispronouncing your name on purpose, like you said. That's the first racist thing. Secondly, he said these are Black scholars. How would anyone know? Because he's taken that out of all of the schools in Florida. No one's learning about the Black scholars anymore.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry to do this to you, but we always hurt the ones we love the most. Some more from last night. Here we go.
You've gone and you've helped China make medicines in China, not America. You're now wanting kids to go and get on the social media that's dangerous for all of us. You went and you were in business with the Chinese that gave Hunter Biden $5 million. We can't trust you.
Polls don't elect presidents. Voters elect presidents. Right. And we're going to take the case to the people in these early states. We're going to do it in a state-by-state direction. And why? Because as Reagan said in his day, this is our time for choosing.
Oh, God. Can I just say...
Also not true.
Though
voters don't elect presidents.
I did vote for Reagan.
If that was the case, the popular vote would win.
Thank you.
The Electoral College actually elects presidents these days.
My birthday's tomorrow, Dana. I did vote for Reagan, for which I've taken a lot of from my liberal listeners, which I understand. But my excuse is I was 3 because I was born in
1981.
Yeah. So... But can I just say, no, as much as I don't believe in anything, Reagan stood for, at least he was funny. Like, you could kind of go, like, I get, they just, none of them have
charming.
None of them have a charming, authentic, funny bone in their bodies. It's also like, like manufactured and awkward, isn't it?
Oh, it's awful. It's so forced. I think in general, we know that Democrats in general, if you look across the political comedy scheme and comedians in general, there's only a couple of conservative comics for a reason.
Yeah. exactly. Oh, exactly. Okay. Tim Scott, here we go.
If we continued on my Made in America plan, we could bring jobs back to America in a similar fashion that we did when I wrote the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. We actually lowered the corporate tax from 35% to 21%, reshored or repatriated $1.7 trillion. We brought the unemployment rates for African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians to the lowest level in the history of the country and a 70-year low for women.
Oh my God. They can spin these numbers however they want. Unemployment is half what it was. And, for every group under Joe Biden. It's Ron DeSantis. God, was this him trying to be butch? Hang on. 24, but he made a great case for Biden here. Dana, take a listen to this one.
And you know who else is missing in action? Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight. He owes it
Peter
to
Brady.
you to defend his record where they added $7.8 trillion to the debt. That set the stage for the inflation that we have.
Right? You're Joe Biden, and you approve this message.
Joe Biden already has. Yep, he's already got it on Twitter.
Yeah,
he already has the ad on Twitter. Thank God there's someone on his team taking these sound bites and putting them into ads for him. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and them saying he's the most pro-union president in history. It's like, yes, thank you.
Computer says yes.
Yes. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this ad. Okay, one more. Tim, what do you call it? Nikki Haley.
I appreciate Tim. We've known each other a long time, but he's been there 12 years and he hasn't done any of that. He hasn't. They've only given 4 budgets on time in 40 years. He was part of that. He increased the national debt. He voted for the spending.
You voted
he has
for
made sure that the borders are open and they haven't done anything. Look at everything
in South Carolina.
12 years. Where have you been? Where
I
have
voted
you
no
been,
on
Tim?
I voted on most of those things.
We've waited and nothing has happened.
Fight, fight, fight. Big bag of rats. Yep. You're all equally awful. What a hot mess on that stage, right?
It was pretty awful. I didn't watch it. I had some friends that were basically like, I'm going to take one for the team. You guys don't have to watch this, and I'll just watch some of the clips on Twitter. I can't.
Yes, designated
It's a
watcher.
mess.
Yeah. No, I know. Okay. Well, then we'll just endure one more together. Yes, Tim Scott, some more. Here we go. About union. Here we go.
Joe Biden should not be on the picket line. He should be on the southern border working to close our southern border because it is unsafe, wide open, and insecure.
Look, I do disagree with something Tim Scott just said. Joe Biden doesn't belong on a picket line. He belongs on the unemployment line. As President of the United States, I'll be standing with workers all across America, and I'll be standing for the right to work of every American to join a union or not join a union as they decide.
My God, they are so anti-union, anti-worker. Oh, my God. It's just... Go ahead. Yeah.
Also, did he just say the border was insecure or unsecure?
Insecure.
Because I heard
emotionally.
insecure.
Yeah.
The border's emotionally insecure.
The UAW president said, I find it a pathetic irony that the former president is going to hold a rally for union members at a non-union business. All you have to do is look at his track record. The anchor responded to that point. Trump made a lot of promises to auto workers in his first campaign. In 2016, he said this in Warren, Michigan. Trump said, if I'm elected, you won't lose one plant. You'll have plants coming into this country. You're going to have jobs again. You won't lose one plant. I promise you that. That's the promise, said the anchor. In 2018, GM ended facilities in Michigan. Trump said they've all come back. Poppy Harlow said they didn't. 2 years later, that Lordstown auto plant shut down. It was one of the largest employers for workers in that entire area. Auto Workers Union President Shawn Fain pointed out during a short strike against GM in 2019, Trump and Republicans largely stayed on the sidelines. All of that will likely come up at the debate tonight. That Trump is skipping a chance for other Republican candidates to try to make their case. I mean, and there he is, at a non-union plant, right? With these, a lot of them weren't even not only not union workers, they weren't even auto workers. So holding signs,
Not
union
surprising.
for Trump or UAW for Trump. He is just a total fraud. Exactly what was proven in court this week, Dana. Right? I mean, just start to
If they have an
finish.
opportunity, if they have an opportunity and there are debates and Joe obviously hopefully is going to be our nominee.
Yes.
And he's going up and Trump doesn't show up. I would still go to the debate if I was Joe. I would take the 2 minutes of time they give me. I would read his promises, Donald Trump's promises when he ran for president, and I would retort with everything that he actually didn't do.
Yeah.
I would take the entire hour every single time.
Yeah.
Show up, take it as a town hall, and make sure you dispel his record
Yeah.
minute after minute.
Yeah. I know, and all this, them Trump trying to say like Biden's old and decrepit. Someone was saying like Biden should just, challenge him to a walking contest. He can't even do a brief walk without. I mean, it's insane.
Oh my God, could you imagine? Listen, it's just talking about coordination. Obviously, there's something going on, but Donald Trump on a bike, I can't even imagine him on a two-wheeled anything.
Oh, hi, I'm here with sexy liberal John Fugelsang wearing my Los Angeles sexy liberal shirt. Oh my God, we have an LA show coming up October 21st, but how else could you see it, John?
How else could you see it? I'm so glad you asked. For a limited time, you can see the show live via pay-per-view if you go to sexyliberal.com. All the laughs, you'll miss nothing.
I can stream it from all around the world?
All around the world, in your car, while you're driving. Watch it at home.
Sexyliberal.com, yeah.